When The Princess Bride first opened in wide release more than 25 years ago, it wasn't much of a hit. More people actually went to see Like Father, Like Son, starring Dudley Moore and a future lightning rod for controversy, Kirk Cameron. But over time, it is The Princess Bride that has turned into a classic, and Mandy Patinkin is at the heart of the picture as the vengeance-seeking Spaniard Inigo Montoya.
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Just like his character, Mandy knew what it felt like to lose a father too soon, which meant the revenge theme had a personal meaning for him. And although The Princess Bride was where many of us first saw him, Mandy had put in the work before in films like Yentl.
Give him back his money.
Why?
Because I said so.
And on stage, where he won a Tony for Evita. Throughout, though, Mandy's never been afraid to tackle complex characters, as he did in Chicago Hope and in Criminal Minds, a show he left over what were called creative differences.
I can't because I am ashamed of something.
In fact, Mandy's battled to maintain a career on his terms, which is why he's thrilled to be playing a CIA chief and a mentor to Claire Danes on Homeland, a show that holds a mirror to our hard modern times, even when it might be a little too close for comfort.
You lied to me, and you treated me like them, like every other schmuck in this building.
Please welcome to the show, Mandy Patinkin. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well.
Good, good.
Yeah, congratulations on this show of yours.
Thank you so much.
That's something, right?
We've been having an extraordinary time. I'm very grateful for everything about it.
Did you think that you would have had this shot again to walk into a series in, primetime television where you can do this sort of thing?
No, I didn't. It is one of the true privileges of being older. I was just 60 on November 30th.
Happy birthday.
And I, thank you. I must say, I love being 60. One of the reasons being, it's such an interesting question you asked, because when the success that this show has had is pretty much unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life, and I've been in some pretty wonderful, experiences. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet.
Did you walk out of a room and a two-term president calls you back and says, keep making that show?
Yes, that
Bill
happened.
Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton said
That's
that.
wild.
Yeah, it was, and I was with both these presidents at the same moment. President Obama and President Clinton, they both were singing the praises of the show. They loved it.
And you recognize the role pop culture can play in that, and certainly how television has played over the years in helping shape public opinion. When you walk into a show like Homeland in this era, you know that it's bigger than just a drama. You know that you've heard criticism about Islamophobia. You've heard criticism that it's too real about American reality or not real enough. How do you feel about wading into that space?
Yeah, well, it's a television show, first and foremost. It's an entertainment, first and foremost. Unfortunately, it feeds off of real-life situation, current events, and what's in the news. I wish this show didn't have a life because I wish that there were no conflicts in the world anymore. I wish that the food system that feeds the audience and the show's writers and the actors and all of our psyches collectively didn't exist, because that the world learned how to live together peacefully and in harmony.
That? Homeland was just people sitting on the range. I would love that.
I can't imagine it, but I'll try to make it happen in our lifetime, but I don't know if it will.
Did you say every character you've played is Jewish?
I do feel...
Even Inigo, like all of them are Jewish?
Inigo Montoya, George Seurat.
Don't tell me the guy from Yentl was Jewish. I won't believe that.
He's the only one that wasn't Jewish. But they you say why? Because I was born up as a Jew, grown up as a Jew. I'm born a Jew. I went to school, Hebrew school every day. It's who I am, and so my understanding of the world is through those eyes, and those eyes are defined by wishing freedom, justice, dignity, and equality for all human beings.
I love that. Stick around, more with Mandy right after this. All right, up next we go from Homeland.
Remove the cameras and microphones from Sergeant Brody's house and cover your tracks. Are we clear?
To The Princess Bride.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
That's a great quote from the movie, but for Mandy, his favorite is a different line altogether.
Yes.
We'll explore that next.
Right. Teen Angel.
After the old malt shop closes, I come out here where I had my last date with Betty Lou back in '57.
How great is that?
How did you get that?
Nice, eh?
How did you get that?
The team on this show, they love this, man. And,
Oh, my God.
and there's personal joy in searching out your history.
Oh, my God, I cannot believe you have that. I was 16 years old.
I was thinking about this because you lost your father at a young age. Like, your father would have seen that.
My father came to the studio the day I made that to pick me up. And he was there a few hours before we finished. And my dad was in the junk business, which was called scrap metal, which is now called the recycling business. He was very nervous about me going into show business and desperately wanted me, like he did, to go to a school, get a business background, et cetera. And I said, listen, I just don't want to train myself to have something to fall back on if I fail. And he came to the set and he saw us make that commercial. And he was there. He saw the whole thing took like, a few hours. And then he went home and he kept calling his buddies. There were 4 guys who were like his fraternity buddies. And he kept saying, he got another check today. This has been going on for a few years. He keeps getting these checks from like a couple hours in the afternoon. So the only good thing about that was that he went to his grave, God bless his soul, at least relieved that there was a possibility his son might not starve to death.
It's amazing, right?
Amazing.
What he would have made of this career of yours?
Oh, my God.
It's amazing, right? It's just these moments we share. Let me play another clip from early on. Watch this really early on.
Hello, Argentina, the chains of the masses untie.
You asked me, you said to me a moment ago, and it just got me, what my dad had made of all of this. I used to say that one of the greatest gifts my father gave me, and don't misunderstand this because I miss him more than anything on the planet, was in his dying. And by that I mean that he taught me never to wait 1 second for anything, because he didn't get tomorrow to go on this trip or go to Israel or go on the boat ride with my ma or do this or that or have his dreams. So I wanted to live my life for him. I wanted to, any dream I have, particularly now that I'm 60, I try to do it before 36/10 of a second go by.
You do it. Well, I think so many people spend all this time trying to have legacy, and I think that's the fail, because you don't think about legacy. But if you do the good work in your life, you will be eternal. You have figured that out with the Princess Bride role. Have you? When people,
I didn't figure that out. That was just luck, man. I just showed up and did a job.
Yeah, but dude, but you did it. But check it out. What happened? But this is my point, is that it happened. What do you make of that character and how people relate to it? People in the audience wanted me to touch your beard today, dude. Yeah. Like, that's how, and they want you to sing, and a lot of it connects to their first love of you, which is the Princess Bride.
Yeah. I tell you, a day doesn't go by where somebody doesn't talk to me about the Princess Bride in some form, ask me to say something, whatever. And every time they ask it, including this moment, I can't believe it's me you're talking about. I can't believe that I'm the guy in the movie. And I'm in every single copy of every DVD that's out there.
Yes.
Because I thought, like, maybe I should look through them. Maybe I'm not in some of them,
What I was wondering, though, was, it was years later, but in that movie, because you lost your father young, in that movie, you were avenging your father's death. There was some of that, dude.
Yeah.
When you were making it, was that in you at all?
You bet your heart.
May I also bet my ass?
Yes. I didn't know how late this show was on. I don't know the rules here. But Rob Reiner gave me the script, and I remember sitting there reading it, and he said, tell me what part you'd like to play. And I read it, and I went, this part. And he said, okay, let me finish casting the man in black, because everything's got to match, and I'll get back to you. And then he said, okay, the part's yours. But the minute I saw that part, my mind immediately, I never wavered from it to this day. My mind said, Mandy, if you get that part, and you play that guy, and you get that six-fingered guy, and you get him, that's cancer. And if you get him, your dad will come back. And that was my, if you build it, he will come. That was my field of dreams. And as a young kid, I would get angry. I'd get angry that my father was taken away from me. I'd get angry that I wasn't given what I wanted. I was spoiled and all kinds of things. It was me, 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 me. And one day, not that long ago, I'm in a gym. I'm working out before a concert, and there's the movie on the TV on the exercise machine, but it's silent because I'm running my lyrics because I'm old and I got to make sure I can remember them. And so I get back up to the hotel room. My wife's sitting there, and dinner arrives before I go to the theater, and she's got the movie on, and the very end of the movie is there. And, you know, everybody says the famous line from the movie, and that's what they think. But I was 26 years old, I think, when I made that film. And there's the last scene in the movie and the last line in the movie, and I'm looking at it, and we have it on, and I hear the guy who's played by me say this last line in the movie, and it, to me, became the line of the film for me and of my life, that kid who said it never even realized what he was saying when he said it. And the line that I love the most for me from that movie is, I have been in the revenge business so long. Now that it's over, I do not know what to do with the rest of my life.
You're free. Mandy Patinkin, everybody. Season 2 of Homeland is currently on Super Channel and Super Channel On Demand. Season 3 premieres on September 29th. But here's the best part. Season 1, Wednesdays on Bravo, so there's no excuse not to get caught up. Mandy, everybody, we'll be right back.